Welcome to another episode of Thankful Tuesday. Welcome to learn more about the mindset of being thankful. And so, we take out Tuesday to say all things thankfulness and gratefulness, and just to remind you of even though you're going through some things and you're struggling and having some hard times right now, or if it's easy going right now, it's still a time to be thankful and grateful. So, who am I? I am Dr. Andrea Blue. For those of you that do not know who I am, I just wanted to stop by here today and interrupt your day for a moment to just pause and just say all things thankful on this Tuesday. So, we are definitely talking about all things, how to be thankful even when things are going great for us, or rather things are going bad. We should always have a mindset of, I am so grateful for these opportunities in my life, because they could be something different, right? So it could be worse, it could be, better, but whatever it is, whatever state we are in, we want to be thankful. So I am Dr. Andrea Blue. I am the CXO and Executive Director of B&J Enterprises. If you want to know more about who I am, please stop by our webpage at Blue Pathways Mentorship Services.com. Click on all the links that are there. Please like, share, and comment, especially on our YouTube page, to learn more about who we are and how we serve, and especially so that we can be connected. So, I want to ask you the one question today: how are you um, showing up gratefulness in your life? So, what are you doing today to show gratefulness in your life? So, what are you doing today to show gratefulness in your life? So even if you have people in your life that may help you, support you, be there for you, and how are you supporting them and saying to them thank you? Because I have an amazing king, my husband. He is my support through all of the things that I am doing in my business and all of that. And I just have to stop as well and pause and just say, you know what? I am so grateful for having you in my life and you being a part of this journey, because I wouldn't be able to do it by myself, because I know that sometimes it can get a little mundane. So I will tell you that gratefulness and thankfulness is always on the tip of my tongue, because I want to say, remember to do those things like we were taught when we were young. Say your please and thank yous, and I apologize, or I'm sorry. And those things make you stronger. They don't come to make you weak, and they don't show weakness. They show that you are able to um, know that you are able to be grateful and to say thank you, because no one, when I say no one, no one has to do anything for you, right? And you're not entitled to have certain things either. These are through blessings and things that have, come along, that you probably put out something good in the atmosphere, and now it's just your time to get it back. And then too much is given, much is required, so that if you have an excess, or please remember to give back. And if you're looking for organization to give to, you can always support Blue Pathways, because we are on a 12 plus city bus tour to 12 plus city tour. I won't say bus tour, because we travel by plane, however it takes to get there. And we are sharing this news, working with CXO and executive directors, C suite leaders, teachers, because we know that we all need someone to pour into us. So that is exactly what we're talking about today. We're talking about how our parents are moving from that space of having their children into public schools, private schools. Now they're taking their children and they are homeschooling them. So if you are a parent and you are listening to me, or you are a teacher and you're listening to the sound of my voice, I want you to know that, parent, I truly understand. So I will tell you a story about a little girl that I know that was being bullied. And my thing was, I tried to help and, support her through the school system. And I will tell you a little bit about what happened. So, little girl was 9 years old, amazing little girl, so smart, bright, brilliant. um she was kind of quiet, and you would have to get to know her in order for her to really just kind of share her story with you, or even tell a joke, or comment on anything that you say, because she was just one of those type of people. So what happened was, she would come to school, and I'm sure mom sent her the best that she could, because mom didn't have much, single parent, three children, and you know the story. And mom can sent daughter to school, and she came to school. Sometimes she didn't look her best, she didn't smell her best, but then there were times when we would go and we would have those conversations, and we would do something about it. Dr. Blue would give her a special um, package, given by permission by the teacher, as well as the given permission by the actual parent, because I don't ever want to do anything that will A, embarrass the student, or B, make the parent feel like I didn't ask you to do this for me, and then I don't want to overstep my bounds with the school, because I didn't know the history of the family before or prior to. So I always ask permission. So young girl would come to school, and then all of a sudden one day I was coming and working with her, and then she was just really, really quiet. I couldn't get her to say two words to me, and where she was saying everything. And then one day I was just sitting there, and we were drawing, and she was writing a picture, and I was drawing a picture, and she was telling me about what was going on with her, and she was sharing her story about how she was being bullied. And so I was saying, well, tell me what bullying is to you. And she began to say how she would be walking, and then this one bigger boy, he would walk past her and push her push her into, like the cubbies or whatever. And so one time he pushed her and she hurt her arm. And so I was saying to you, did you tell the teacher? Did you tell your mom? Or and she was like, no, I didn't tell anybody. She was like, I'm telling you because I don't know what they're gonna say. And so I was telling her that, it's so important that when we get hurt or we are feeling a certain way, that we definitely need to tell others about what was going on. So then it came fast forward, uh about 2 or 3 weeks down the road, it was time for us to have another lunch date or whatever. And so I was telling her, how is it going, and she was like, I don't want to talk about it. And I was like, well, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. And she was just telling me that, then she began to, open up a little bit after we, had our fruit cup or whatever. And she was just beginning to tell me that she was tired of being at that school, and she didn't want to be there anymore, and she wanted to leave, and she didn't like her life, and all these other things that came to be red flags for me. And so when you know that you are working with a youth that is going through the bullying thing, and you don't do anything about it, or you say, you know what, that's not my problem, and I've already told the teacher, and then you just let it go. Do you know how many of our youth are dying and committing suicide, and going to the streets and choosing not to go to school and being truant because they do not want to deal with this bullying piece, because they don't feel protected? So if you are a CXO, CFO, CIO, executive leader, teacher, and you see these things and you ignore them, or you laugh them off like they're nothing, then you are responsible, because we all have to hold up the arms of our youth and let them know that they are loved, supported, and we want them to be in a space that is so safe that they know that they can come and talk to anyone at any time. So it was my duty because I am an instructor and I'm an educator myself, and I am also a court appointed m- uh individual. So I had to report it. And so when I did report it, the ball began to roll and things happened, because what I didn't want her to do was be at home and watching TV all day long and nothing to do until mom came home. And that would be another story that we would have to, write down in the book. So I want to say to you that if you are dealing with a youth that is being bullied, it is so important to, one, go ahead and have that conversation with the administrator and find out what the steps are. Don't go and run to the student and tell me what happened and tell me what. Don't do that. The first thing you need to do is be informed, find out your steps, and find out how you can methodically handle this situation. Because what good would it do for you to hear the young person's story, and then at the end of the day they've told you all this stuff, and then you can't do anything about it, right? That would be terrible. I wouldn't want to share all this and thinking that you're going to be my support and you're going to help me through this process, and then at the end of the day you cannot help me. So, after you have been informed about what to do, it's so important to make sure that you are helping that youth. And so, how do you help? How do you help them? So, first, I would encourage you to visit with the administrator, right? Um, or person in charge, and obtain information, obtain those steps. And then two, what you need to do is you need to write a written report on the steps that you need to follow. And then third, you should find and build some type of rapport, or find somebody that has build or find someone that has rapport with the young person, with the student. Okay, don't just run to the student if you don't know them and they don't know you. Don't go run over to the student. Hey, I heard that you have a situation. That is none of your business. But if you have a rapport with that individual, or you know that that is someone's student, or you know that that lunch person has a special relationship with that student, go and have a conversation with that person and say, hey, I hear that, Barbara is having problems, with another student. And I wanted to just make you aware. Do you know anything? And then after you do that, write that information in the report. Write that information in the report. So the worst thing that you want to do is go by hearsay and all of that, because what you're doing is you're building a case, not a case against the other person that is the perpetrator, as I call her, the person that's doing the bullying, but you want to make sure that you're building a case also to get those resources. That's what you're trying to do, to build a write that information in the report, to build to help with resources. So, whatever those resources are. And then at the same time, if that person, if you are an instructor or a teacher or whatever that has a rapport with the individual that is doing the bullying, it is so important to have those conversations and to talk about those topics in your classroom. Just take a moment, 5 minutes to talk about it, because maybe they think this is what normal, because this is something that's happening to them at home. So I wanted to share those tips with you, that again, it is so important that we are doing what we can do to keep our youth into the school systems, right? Because homeschooling, yes, we can do that as parents, but that's extra pressure on us. But we don't want our youth to leave the school system due to bullying. Now, if the parent chooses to homeschool their child, now that's on the parent. But we don't want them to leave because they are homeschooled because they are being bullied. That would not be that's not good. So first you want to visit the administrator or person that's in charge and obtain the steps 2, you want to write a written report on the steps that you need to follow. 3, you want to build or find someone that has rapport with the student that is being bullied, okay? So you don't go and run to the student. Next step, you want to write that information in the report, what you have found out to um, write those, to find out what those resources are to help that youth. And then again, you want to um, have those discussions with the person that is bullying, because maybe they don't know that this is a problem, or this, they may think that this is their norm. So I wanted to share that with you, and we're talking about all things thankful. So I'm so thankful that I've been able to be in these spaces, to be able to help youth and to support them in their journey. So this work that I do it all over the world, and I travel. And I will tell you a little bit about my story as well. How I just traveled back from Dubai. We were there for 5 or 6 days. I can't really remember. It was 5 or 6 days in Dubai. If you can see this picture of me, it was so hot. It was hot, but I tell you, we were having a ball. We had an amazing time. And I am so thankful for that opportunity to be able to travel to Dubai and to speak internationally to a group of women, and to share my story and help them to level up, because we know that as C-suite leaders, we need someone to help us. So I traveled, yes, all over the water to get there, and as you can see, so beautiful. So beautiful. And I tell you, it was so nice to meet up with other ladies and other individuals that were there too, as we are building camaraderie. It was just amazing. So I wanted to share that with you, that this trip to Dubai, it changed my life forever. I will be so I will be grateful forever for this opportunity. This is just the tip of the iceberg of part of our 12 plus city tour that we do. So if you are a CXO, executive director, and you would like me to come and speak to your classroom, or you would like me to come and speak to your team or to your leaders, please reach out to me, and I will be more than happy to do that. And how do you find me? You can find me on any of our platforms, and you can just send me an email. You can send me a text message, smoke signal, however you want to do that, and reach out to me, because I look forward to continuing to do this work. This is what I was born to do, and we are so happy about it. And so, if you're looking to connect with us and say, oh my goodness, I like what this lady is talking about, how can I have her come and speak at our next event or our brunch or our upcoming event? Reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to see what that, my schedule looks like. And so I had someone say to me, Dr. Blue, it just seems like you're always so busy. I will be busy, right? Because I have a story to tell. I have a journey to complete. And I want you to know, but I am not too busy to come and speak with you and your team, and to help you to level up, and to also build that rapport within your organization. So, again, I am Dr. Andrea Blue. I am the CXO and Executive Director of B&J Enterprises. I am so pleased to do this work. It has been an honor, and I will forever continue to share my story, because I want to make sure that the hearts, mind, body, and soul of the individuals that I am connecting to and traveling across the world, that they are forever transformed. So have an amazing day, everyone. And again, to you that are listening to this, remember that this is Thankful Tuesday. Join us again right here for Thankful Tuesday. Have a great day, everybody, and be well.